Hey everybody, what I have here is Vector Prime. He is a Prime Master from the Transformers Power the Primes toy line that was launched a couple years ago, well more than a couple years ago. Basically, it is an update to the previous line's Titan Master. Basically, they are able to contort their body and then they make these little attachments that can go on to the top of your Transformer or into some Prime armor. Basically, not only do they do this, but for this product line, it actually comes with a gimmick. It comes with what they call decoy armor. So basically, the figure pops into the decoy armor and it disappears. Basically, decoy armor is basically it's an updated version of the Pretender shell from Generation 1 back in the late 1980s. Do I like this figure? Stay tuned to find out.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Okay, so basically, I'd gotta admit, I kind of like this. I've always liked the concept of the Pretenders all the way back to G1. I actually had a few of them. I had the one I can remember the most was, I can't recall the name of it, but it was like a dog or a wolf or some sort. That's one I can remember having the most. I have to look through the rest of the images to try to see what else I can remember. But I do kind of like this figure. Well, it's not that I do like this figure, although I wish it was a little bit bigger, maybe Legends scale. But I will be talking about that pretty damn quickly. So now on to the cost. When I bought this figure, I bought it for $9.99 at Target back when it first came out a few years ago. I think it was like 2018, if I remember correctly. Anyway, I spent $9.99, sorry. And I'll be honest, $9.99 for something this small when it doesn't even okay, it doesn't even compare to real Legends class. Now here is Sea Spray from Power the Primes, I think it was. It's either Power Primes or Times Return, I can't recall to be honest. But let's look at how big, how tall he is compared. That's right. The tip of the Pretender armor goes up to about the hip of Sea Spray, and they're asking you for $9.99 for this figure. Keep in mind that I was able to get, let's see here, I was able to get the Legends scale Studio Series 86 Rumble, and it was roughly the same price. It was a little bit cheaper. I think it was like 8 something. But it's supposed to be this size. Yeah, it wasn't exactly this size. But I think this is actually taller than that Rumble. Now, I'm comparing the figure inside the decoy armor, which it's a Pretender shell, but they call it decoy armor. And like I said, it only goes up barely to the guy's hips. Now let's actually compare it to a character that, let's compare it outside the armor, because the character you're actually buying is Vector Prime, not the decoy armor. The decoy armor is an accessory. You're actually paying for Vector Prime, which is the Prime Master / Titan Master from Titan's Return. So they're asking you to, in good faith, to buy a thing that is I don't even think is bigger than an inch. I may be a little bit wrong, but they're asking you for $9.99 when it first came out for this figure. Now let's compare it to Sea Spray once again. He's even shorter. He barely goes up to the knee of Sea Spray. $9.99. It's just a real hard sell. I mean, like, I would have been willing to go $6.99, but considering I was it was like I would like to call it the golden age of me collecting Transformers. I was just buying everything off the shelf as possible. So basically, I grabbed it. Like I said, I was just buying everything. So let's actually compare it to another figure, shall we? Here is Deluxe Class Legends, or like not Legends, Legacy RC. So basically, as you can see, he doesn't even go up to her knee on this figure. He barely touches the top of her shin. Let's compare it to Swindler from, which is another figure I just reviewed recently. It is a Micromaster, and he barely gets up to the hips of Swindler. $9.99. It's real hard for me to swallow. It's a hard pill to swallow, basically. I think that's why they created these things, or added these accessories, I should say, because of the fact that if they were to go to, the general public and go $9.99 for this thing only, considering that these came with Deluxes, Voyagers, and Leaders from Titan's Return, if they were to come to us as the public and go $9.99 for this figure alone, nothing else, they would have been laughed out of the town that they were in. That's why they added the accessory of the decoy armor. It's not decoy armor, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Pretender Shell. I refer to it as Pretender Shell. The reason it's Pretender Shell is because that's what these things originally were. They were meant to house the Transformers. That's what you do. You put this little guy into the Pretender Shell. Bam. So basically, it's like how they like to change the names up on some things. Like, Reflector to Refractor. It's not fucking Refractor. It's Reflector. I'm always going to refer to it as Reflector. I'm always going to refer to this as, oh my god. Pretender Shells. Jesus Christ, my memory. But so they wanted, like I said though, if it wasn't for the Pretender Shell, and it was just this, nobody would have bought these things for $9.99. Hell, I'm pretty sure what they could have done is, those little 25-cent little toy dispenser things you find in the stores? You put a quarter in, you turn a little lever, and it pops out of like a plastic acorn. These would have been a good addition to that. I would have paid 25 cents for this thing. Not $9.99. Like I said, it's a bitter pill to swallow, but since it came with this, that's kind of, it made the purchase a little bit easier, a little bit easier. Still not that easy, but still, oh my god, now you're not going to go in? Okay, thank you. But like I said, so basically you're paying $9.99 for the Pretender Shell, because there's no way in hell that the Prime Master is was worth $9.99. I'm sorry, it isn't. Now you're probably wondering to yourself, Jeff, is this figure still available on, for sale? And actually the answer is yes. One second. Okay. Now, as you can see, this is for a snippet from Amazon's website. They actually have this figure for $8, which I think is actually, granted, I paid $9.99, so it actually went down. And if you take a look here, it was originally, it's down 41%, or discount 41%. It was originally, looks like $13. So that, that makes it a little bit easier to swallow if you were to compare it to the $13. But still, I think honestly this figure should have been no more than $6.99. But does that mean that it's a bad figure? No, not at all. I just think that the price was a little bit too high for what this thing is. Now, whereas they're asking for $8 $8 right now as of recording this on Amazon, what is it going for on eBay, you ask? And that's a good question. On eBay, it is actually going for, if you want to find one that you can bid on, it's going as low as 99 cents. If you're looking for one that you can buy outright, it's actually going a little bit cheaper at $5.99. $5.99, I would say, yeah, sure, go ahead, because you get the Prime Master, you get the little Prime Master, and then you get the Pretender Shell. A lot of people who I've heard on YouTube actually prefer the Pretender Shell. That's why they bought it, was for the Pretender Shell, and not so much Vector Prime. But you if you want one, you gotta get them both. So basically, $5.99. Yeah, that's a little bit decent, price to pay. It depends on how much looks like the shipping is. I can't really read it, it's too small. But you'll be probably paying roughly about $10 altogether for this figure. But yeah, so that is that for the price. Like I said, I think honestly, $9.99 when I paid for this thing, it was a little bit too much. But because of that, I really wanted it, so they played off the nostalgia. It's a nostalgic act. That's what it is. Hold on, let me switch back to this. They, really knew that people like the Pretenders, that, so that's what they did. They put these out, and I think, honestly, it could have been bigger, but, larger size, but I'll talk about that later. So, that is it for the cost. Next, we will be talking about interactivity. Now, you're probably wondering, what is the interactivity of this figure like? Hold on one second, I'm trying to get something. And of course, the computer doesn't want to. There you go. You're probably wondering how the interactivity of this figure is. It's actually pretty simple. Like I said, it's a Prime Master, which is basically it's a continuation of the Titan Master. They're just calling it a different item because it actually has a different item on the backpack instead of it being a face. Basically you get like a little symbol which is supposed to represent I think it's like the 13 primes or some shit like that. But, basically if you had a Prime Master, it's basically the same thing. It's fucking easy. There you go. That's it. It's like literally one move. You flip the legs around, you basically break its spine, and it becomes this little floating orb thing. I can't help but look at this thing and think of the character. It's one of the characters from the Halo video game series. I think they're called monitors or some shit like that. This reminds me of the Monitor. I think somebody at Hasbro was playing a lot of Halo, and they came up with this thing. But anyway. So, transformation is pretty simple with this guy. When it comes to the Prime Armor, or not Prime Armor, the Decoy Armor, it's just as simple. Basically, you set it in. Come on, set it. Of course, there it goes. Thank you. And there you go. Simple. You put in, you close it up. Now, you're wondering, does the Prime Armor, I keep saying Prime Armor, does the Decoy Armor or the Pretender Shell have does it transform or transform, whatever you want to call it? Yes, it does. Boom. Step 1. Step 2, you take this peg, you flip it out. Step 2, there you go. You got a gun, you got a blaster. Now, I know that they say that if you want, and you can actually take out the Prime Master, close it back up, break this poor thing's spine again. There you go. You've got to break the spine. You don't know that it's converted successfully until it locks into place, and that means that the spine is broken. You got to break this motherfucker's spine. So basically, then you can put it in. There's a little slot here on the back. Let's see if I can get this down correctly. I think it goes this way. There you go. You force this poor little schmuck. Make sure that its back is nice and broke. There you go. You can have it. You can have the blaster either with the Prime Master on top, or you can have it inside the armor. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make any difference at all. Me, I kind of like it the way it is, like this. Granted, I don't like the hollow spot there, but I can understand, deal with this aesthetically a little bit better than I do with this poor thing's ass looking at me. And that's right, you're looking at its ass when you're holding it. You're holding this thing and you're looking at its ass. That's basically what it is. I know it's supposed to be like some sort of enhancement to the gun, or you could always view it as like a little on-screen display, like you're shooting like a sight or an aimer. But for some reason, I look at this thing and I keep seeing its ass pointing at me. It's like that. It's the ass. It's the ass, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, but that is that. You're wondering, like, what else can he do? What else can this poor jalopy do? And for that, I will be right back with some other items that this thing can pop into. Stay tuned. Thanks to the power. Holy shit, that thing is blurry as fuck. Holy shit, that looks like garbage. Hold on. Boop. Of course, now it's gonna fucking act up. Okay, there it goes. Thanks to the power of recording, I am back, ladies and gentlemen. I am back, and I mentioned that there is stuff that you can do with this poor little jamoke. This poor thing that I just broke its back. You're wondering, Jeff, what can you do with this thing? What can you do with Vector Prime? What can you do with Vector Prime? And I'm going to show you what you can do with Vector Prime. I have one of these things. They're called Prime Armors. These things are about as much as armor as, it's not armor. I was going to try to think of something fucking witty to say. This is not armor. This is not armor. To me, what this is, it's a jump pack. It's a jet pack. That's what it is. This motherfucker is a jet pack. I think this one belongs to one of the female Autobots. I can't recall what the fucking name is. Moonracer, I think, possibly. I don't know. I don't care. But like I said, so what you have here is you have the jump pack / prime armor. Not prime armor. It's basically what it is. It's a glorified combiner piece. Because you got your fingers here, you got 2 thumbs, so it basically makes it ambidextrous. So basically the thing, you can either have it be a left hand or a right hand. It doesn't fucking matter. But it's at least it's a combiner hand. At the most, it's a jump pack. It's not fucking armor. I'm sorry. I hate calling these things fucking armor because it's not armor. Hold on, let me pull this thing out. There it goes. You want an extra blaster? These jump pack / combiner hands comes with a little blaster. Put that away so I don't lose it. Basically, you got a little hole. That hole. You take Mr. Wait, it doesn't even fit. How the fuck is this thing supposed to fit? I thought it was supposed to go into these things. There's an empty. What the fuck's the point of having a hole there then? Why is there a hole here? What? That's like, okay. Well, that's still. Wait, does it go like this? Aha! There it goes. There it goes. You take this poor son of a bitch that has already been molested and beat up, and you shove it in head down. You gotta make sure the head is pointing south. Make sure that this motherfucker doesn't have the right to have its head looking at the sky. No, this thing is looking at the ground. That's right. So you stick it into this to the prime armor. You stick it into the combiner hand. You stick it into the jump pack, and basically it becomes super powered. It's like it's going nuclear now. That's how powerful this thing is. So that's one thing you can do. You can stick it into the combiner hand. Oh, there you go. Another thing you can do is you have one of these combiner feet. Now, I think this one belonged to possibly, it's one of the Dinobots, I think. I just don't know which one. No, it has to be Grimlock. Grimlock came with the combiner feet. Because, of course, Hasbro, in their infinite wisdom, decided to make the motherfucker a combiner for some reason. Dinobots are not combiners. That's a shit gimmick. Well, the gimmick of combining is not shit. It's just shit that they forced on everything. So basically, you got an empty hole right here. You can stick this poor guy right there. Boom. And then you can have a figure kind of wield it like as a weapon, like a stabby weapon, or like as a combiner, which I never combined them. The only figure I've actually combined is Predaking. Now, how the fuck do I get this thing out? They put these things. They give you these options. Oh, you can stick it in. Okay, there. I'm just gonna have to come on, get the fuck out. There it goes. Thank you. So basically, you got the combiner hand. You got the combiner foot. What else can you do with this thing? Well, the answer is simple. Here, I'm going to take Megatron right here. I got Megatron. I'm going to fucking decapitate the motherfucker. His head is gone. Gone. I'm going to take his ruined corpse of a body, and I'm going to plop this motherfucker down on it. Bam. How fucking cool is that? Megatron now has a blue head instead of his normal gray head. Yeah, he's probably having like an existential crisis right now. He's looking at his body with his blue head. You know, it's walking around. And he's thinking, why the fuck am I a disembodied head? And what the fuck is that thing? Now, as you can tell, like I said, the Prime Masters have a symbol instead. And the Titan Masters have a head. That's how you can tell the difference, ladies and gentlemen. One has a head, other has a symbol. Okay, so let's tear that thing's head back off. So thank you, Megatron. Thank you for being such a good sport. There you go. And by the way, this is Titans Return Megatron. He's okay. He's okay. He's okay. But anyway, on to the rest of the show, shall we? Finally. Now, how does the Pretender Shell, how does that work as a weapon overall? Because I showed you guys how it folds into a weapon. You can take it out. You can do that. And you got a nice little blaster. If you have a hand, I think it's 5mm. But if you have a figure with a 5mm port, this thing will fit on it. So I'm going to use our dear friend Titans Return Optimus Prime. I think this one's Voyager class, if I remember correctly. I fucking hate the shoulder pads on this thing. So let's turn them so you can actually... My God, it still doesn't turn easily. Holy shit. Okay, there. So basically, you can take the decoy armor. Wait 1 second. Make sure that the grip doesn't flip out. You can take the grip, place it in Prime's hand, and there he has a pretty decently cool blaster. I just don't kind of like the way, for some reason, no matter what I do, the barrel seems to arch up a little bit. It doesn't sit flush flat. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me, maybe it is, but to me it looks like it's pointing up a little bit. Okay, so basically you got a nice little blaster. Optimus Prime is, you know, this is basically the alternate mode. If you want, you can use it as a blaster. I think this makes this figure look a little bit better because I think this figure is a piece of shit. That's right, I'm not gonna fucking hide it. It looks like a piece of shit. Okay, Optimus, you've done your part. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, so I'm going to convert this back. Oh, one other thing I forgot. Oh, great. Hold on. I will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Okay, everybody, I am back. While I was recording, the handle broke off of the figure, which I see is a major problem. For some reason, Hasbro did not have any kind of pins hold the lever / grip or whatever you want to fucking call it. They did not have any levers or anything to keep it pinned into the figure. Major fucking problem right there. I don't think I actually put that in my score. So you got to be careful, you know. But so basically what I was going to show you was that there is also something else you can do. I forgot to mention it. So you got to flip the lever back between his legs. It looks like a weird backwards penis, I know. You can actually remove this. You can remove the cannon. And because the figure actually has, you know, its fist open, you can actually, there. I don't know why. I know that they say, oh, it's more playability, but this just looks fucking weird, you know. Hold on, let me see. Does it? Okay, it actually stands up on my desk, so you can't see it, but it didn't tip over. So apparently, this thing is not heavy enough to make it fall forward, you know. I was wondering if it was going to fall forward, like it would just constantly just fall, you know. But it did not do that. So if you want, you can actually put your. Hold on, take. Let's unbreak this poor Jamoke's back. There we go. Let's open this up. There we go. There we go. So you can do that. You know he can hold his blaster, or like I said, you can combine him or not combine him. Convert him. Let's see here. Does it go this way? No, it goes this way. There. And then you can put his arms back, lift the lever down, and you got an awesome blaster where the fucking barrel constantly. Oh, that's not good sound. Ugh. The barrel is constantly kind of arching up. I don't know why. But so, like I said, blaster mode. You know. Blaster mode, ladies and gentlemen. Now you're wondering how to do all Prime Masters, if I remember correctly, will fit into this thing. But I think I heard that sometimes some of the Titan Masters can also fit into the armor. So let's take a look. Let's take off Megatron's head. There we go. Megatron is hating me right now. Motherfucker, you just put my head back on, now you're taking it off. This isn't what I agreed to, motherfucker. One head decapitation per review. That's what the deal was. Now, does Megatron fit in here? He almost does. It kind of closes, but it doesn't close all the way. It doesn't latch, it feels like. But it still does not hurt at all. The figure does not interfere with the transformation at all. So it looks kind of cool, you know. Like, and then Megatron's head is still in here. He's like, what the fuck? So let's take him out. Does Megatron fit into the gaping hole on the in his blaster mode? Okay, Megatron, I hate to look at your ass, but I'm gonna need to do it. Hold on. Okay, what? Okay, so wait, or does it go? No, it goes up. Wait, hold on. Apparently, he does not fit the blaster. He's just too big when he's bent over like this. He's too big. It kind of sets in it, but it doesn't. So basically, he fits in here, but he doesn't fit here. That's okay. Like I said, I prefer actually not having. I prefer not having anything there because it's a little bit more streamlined, you know. But so that is the interactivity. You're wondering, does this thing come with any ports? You know, and the answer is yes. It comes with two. It comes with the hand. That's all you get. You get these two ports right here, left and right and left. If you want, you can put his weapon in the blaster in his left hand or his right hand, or if you're super rich, you can buy two of these motherfuckers, take off the second one, and you can have them one barrel in both hands, you know, like bam, 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 you know. But that is that for interactivity. Has two ports. The primary weapon, you know, blaster mode. He has the armor mode, which doesn't move. It doesn't have any articulation at all, except for the arms, you know. But I did find something I like to consider like a fan mode, you know. So you just do this. You put the two arms out at 90 degrees, so it's basically like staying straight out. You rotate the grip, and you can put him down, and he's like it looks like he's like a little weapons or artillery emplacement for the Prime Masters or the Titan Masters. And yeah, I know you can't see it, but you sit it on the desk, and it stands up. So basically, you could always put this guy. Let's just have him sitting down. Can he sit? Oh, he can sit somewhat. He can sit somewhat. So basically, he can sit in this cannon. Imagine it being like on a cliff on Cybertron. He sees the goddamn sweep, not the sweeps, the Seekers coming in, flying in, and he's just using it in the artillery mode, and he's just shooting the shit out of them, you know. So that is it for basically the interactivity. Stay tuned, and I'll be right back with the visuals. Wait, hold on. Okay. Wait, why is that showing? Okay. Okay, hold on. There it goes. Okay. So we are into the visuals portion of this review, and overall, I like the way that the Pretender shell. I like the way the Pretender shell looks. I like how the kind of the chrome or steel or whatever color you want. I love how this is so reflective. It actually has a good sheen to it. It looks very nice. I like the grays. It complements the blues. The blues complements the red, and the red complements the yellow. Overall, I like the coloring of this figure, the Pretender shell. I like that. When we get to the Prime Master, come on, get your fucking ass out there. Thank you. It's so hard to add detailing to these little figures because they're so fucking small and my hands are so fucking big. I mean, look at this. You know, like you can't even see this figure behind my thumb. I have big fucking hands, ladies and gentlemen. So basically, like I am constantly worried I have that when I hold these things. I'm worried my fat fingers is going to, fumble it and this thing's going to go flying. And I'll be like, oh shit, there went the $9.99 that I spent, you know. So I got to be real careful when I hold this thing. But I like the detailing on the front of the figure. You know, it has some nice detailing on the front. I know you can't see it because this camera doesn't, I'm using a webcam basically to do this review. But it has a lot of nice detailing. The backpack looks pretty nice. You got the blue for the main part of the backpack, and then you got like a little teal color. I know you can't really see it. I like it. It looks pretty nice. The face looks okay. You can't even really see it because of how small it is. But it looks like they used silver for the face, so that's nice also. The detailing, I like the detailing more on the Pretender shell. They really went out of the way. Everything has detailing. Everything from the head, the little crest, to the chest plate, all the way down to the knee pads, and even the feet have a little bit of detailing. Not as much as up north, but it does. On the inside, they even took the time to. I know you can't really see it, but there's detailing on the inside of this, and there's on the back part of the cockpit. Sometimes I refer to this thing as the Iron Maiden because I can imagine something being put in here to die. That's right. This thing's going to close and you're dead. Bam, you're dead. But overall, I like the detailing. I like the detailing on the cannon. The coloring is fucking nice. I think they did a pretty damn good job when it came to this figure. Okay, now that's the figure, Now we're going to be getting into some issues with the box art. Now, I am the type of person that believes good box art can sell a product. If you can show the consumer, what it is that they're going to be getting. I'm not talking about generic stock photos that Hasbro, saddles us with. I want some good art. Show us some good art. Show us the artwork of the Transformer in its primary mode and its alt mode. That's what I would like to see. Give us a good detailing, on the back of the package. Give us a biography. Give us tech specs. Give us the fucking kit and caboodle. So what do we get, ladies and gentlemen? What do we get? And I'm going to show you that right now. Hold on one second. So let's turn this off. Let's turn this on. Let's turn this on. Okay, so basically this is the front of the box art. So basically you got I think this is a generic photo of Vector Prime. But you do have a nice nice drawing of the pretender shell. If I remember correctly, I think this thing is called Metal Hawk. But, so basically that's what you get. You get, Metal Hawk, you get the Prime Master on the bottom, and then you got, like, Power of the Primes, and then it has what his classification is, along with the same classification in 3 different languages. For some reason, Hasbro just loves to give a shit ton of extra languages, when instead, since they already sell and have it, they have certain things set up in different markets, they could just literally have packages set for different markets. Have a English package for America, have have a Japanese package for Japan. Like why cram multiple languages? If you're going to sell it to the same market, like. Anyway, so that is the front. What do we got from the side, you're wondering? And the side is garbage. That's right, it's garbage. You get nothing. They could have had a nice little, like at the bottom portion of the plastic of the bubble here, they could have had some sort of, like a cardboard piece with the character, like they used to with the Combiner Wars. You would buy, like say, Hound. And on the side of the front of the package that Hound was in would actually have like a detail like what it was that it would combine to make, So it's kind of cheap that Hasbro's going this route, but then again, it's Hasbro, so I'm not fucking shocked. Now, when it comes to the back, this is what really hurt me the most, It's fucking sad, ladies and gentlemen. It's fucking sad. Look at all this real estate here. Look at all this fucking real estate. You have a generic stock photo of Vector Prime, the Prime armor in its blaster mode. You have the generic stock photo of the Prime armor being opened up, or decoy armor being opened up. You got generic stock photo of Vector Prime. Oh, it says it's 3 moves to convert, but it looked like it was just 1, but okay. And then you have a generic stock photo of Vector Prime in his orb mode, or whatever you want to call it. And then you get like a little advertisement that takes up the upper right corner, basically like, oh, you like this guy, you can buy my Cronus, here you go, here, and they have a little stock photo there. And then the fucking biggest atrocity is how like almost 50% of the real estate of the back of this package is nothing but the legal mumbo jumbo. It's the shit that nobody fucking reads. I don't read it. I'm pretty sure nobody else reads that fucking legal mumbo jumbo. But then again, there could be some guy, some weirdo out there who buys this figure that doesn't give a flying fuck about the figure. It's like, oh, I want to read what the new legal jumbo is. Let's see here. Okay, yeah. I'm basically by buying this figure, I'm selling my soul to Hasbro. Okay, I get it now. Nobody fucking likes legal mumbo jumbo. Hold on 1 second. Because I'm pretty sure that's what everybody just loves to do, excessive reading regarding legal shit when they buy their action figures. Am I right? I mean, who doesn't like reading that shit, But I'm going to compare this to some of the previous releases of Transformers. So I'm going to turn this off, and then I'm going to turn this on. God, I wish this was actually bigger. I wish I could zoom in so you guys could actually see it. But I want to show how the de-evolution of decent box art has gone for this for Transformers in general. Okay, so on the very left we have Generation 1. This was the box art, or the back of the box, Punch, Counterpunch. I tried to find the back box art for like Bumblebee, so I'd have something more of the appropriate size, but I couldn't. So I went with Punch. As you can see, you have an awesome fucking drawing. Yeah, this drawing is probably used on the back of every figure that was released during that time, or that wave, or whatever you want to call it. But you get and then the bottom lower corner, you actually get a fucking awesome biography. You can't really read it, but it's there, you know. You get the text specs, and then you get the barcode, and then you get, I'm not sure what the bottom right corner is. It could be a little bit of legal mumbo jumbo. I mean, look at how nice this is. And then we jump 20 years into the future with the thrilling 30s. Now, this was Legends class Cosmos from Thrilling 30s, and I kind of circled the his biography. It definitely has gone down in the amount that they wrote, and then below that you have it in different languages. You got some generic stock photos, but you still got the tech specs. You got tech spec for Autobot Cosmos, and then tech spec for Payload, it looks like. So that's kind of cool, you know. Then we go to Combiner Wars for Buzzsaw, and basically they condense it down to about 1 to 2 sentences at the most. And then it's generic photos. Now, this is a zoomed in photo. I should have got one that was a little bit further out. But at the very bottom, it is legal mumbo jumbo. It's the same thing with the Titan's Return for Laserbeak, which is right after Buzzsaw here that you can see. It's literally down to almost 1 sentence for Laserbeak, and then a shit ton of mumbo jumbo, of course. And then we go to Power of the Primes. Look at this. We only get 2 words for the prime the decoy armor, and 2 words for the Prime Master. How fucking sad is that? You know, like, it's fucking sad. Here, let's go back to this. Hold on. We went from nice drawn art with a nice biography of the character, tech specs, all that awesome stuff, to this. Fuck, they put more care into the goddamn legal mumbo jumbo, along with the warnings and all that shit, than they actually do the figure itself. You know, it's fucking sad. Okay, but that is that. So that is it for the portion of this review which revolves around the visuals. Stay tuned, and I'll be right back with the what is next. Oh, it's the construction. So stay tuned, and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, everybody. So this is the portion where I look at the construction of this figure, and basically what makes up this figure. Hold on one second. Let me scroll down to my notes that I typed out. Okay, so let's see here. Here we go. Basically, this figure is what you can expect for everything that's come out the last 10 plus years. Even 20 plus years. It's plastic, mainly plastic body. It does have, this figure has 1 middle pin that holds that. Wait, no, it doesn't even have a middle pin because this is a friction joint. So this doesn't even have any real metal that I can recall on it. However, the Prime Master does have. It has a middle pin, which is on its knee. It has, I know you can't really see it, it's on its knee right there. It keeps its knees together. It has a metal pin on the hip to hold the legs together. It has a metal, I've heard of it referred to as a rivet. It basically goes, it's what holds the backpack onto the body. So we got a metal rivet, and that's about it. And like I said, this figure is also plastic, so it's mainly plastic with 2 metal pins and a rivet. When it comes to the quality, overall they feel okay. It feels good. It doesn't feel cheap at all. And I've felt some Transformer figures that feel fucking cheap. I think it's Combiner Wars Wheelie. That fucking figure is garbage. I mean, that thing is garbage. I can't even transform it because the motherfucker collapses and everything. So this is definitely an improvement to that figure. Durability. This figure doesn't feel like it's going to break. I mean, I could literally take this figure and just bounce it off the wall, and it does not feel like it's going to break. Although, now that it happened when I was doing this review, you got to be careful because this will pop up because it's not... Here. That's it. Come on. There it goes. You got to be careful because this is not held together with a pin or anything. It literally just slides in. Here, it slides in. It's supposed to... There it goes. It snaps in, but for some reason, if you're playing with it or whatnot, it tends to disengage. And if you're not careful, it'll go flying like it did for me. So I was just lucky I was able to find it. But it does not feel like it's going to break. You just got to be careful because this thing is not actually... It's not built onto the figure. It just snaps into place, ladies and gentlemen. Is this a retool? No. Is this a repaint? No. So that is it for construction. Overall, I enjoy it. Like I said, it doesn't feel cheap at all, and that's kind of good because considering how small it is, Hasbro could have gone the route and make these figures feel so fucking cheap, you know. But this does not feel cheap. I'm glad to say that. So stay tuned, and when I return, it will be with my final review of this product, and I will be right back. Okay, everybody, wow, hold on, what's going on? My camera is apparently, what's going on? Oh, that's what it was. I had it on the small screen, or the small camera setup. Okay, hold on, guys, I gotta do some quick rearranging of my desktop. Okay, let's move this here. And then let's move this over here. There we go. And then let's turn on the desktop now. Okay, basically this is the portion of the review where I'm done showing the figure. I'm now going to give you my thoughts. And I kind of have a little scorecard when I review these figures. And one thing I like to do is I constantly try to keep updating the scores and the amounts and everything. Evolve, that's the word I'm thinking of. I always try to evolve, and keep it. I want to make it look as professional as possible, So basically, Anyway, so let's start with the cost. I have these broken into several sections, and the first section is the cost. And like I said, I bought this figure for $9.99. $9.99 for something this small when you compare it to, like I said, when you compare it to Sea Spray, it's fucking half the size of a Legend, and they're asking for $9.99 for this. Legends you can buy at Target, that for between $8 to $9. So it's just fucking sad that this figure, they're asking for so much. But it's the way it's business, I guess you could say. I think honestly this would have been worth $6.99. I think this $6.99 would have been an awesome price point for this figure. I think even that what Hasbro failed to jump on is the little quarter toy market. I could have imagined them going into grocery stores and having these little dispensers where you put in 25 cents, put in 50 cents, and you could get they could have put 50 different versions of these things into those machines, and it would have made them so much money because just a chance to get the whole collection, But I guess I just think outside the box, So $9.99. I think it should have been $6.99. I would have been willing to spend up to say $40 to $50 if they had all of this as a complete set. Instead of having these each be just one figure, per package, if they just did a full set of these things, I would have been willing to pay up to $50 to get the whole set of these. But because of that, I cannot really, give this, high marks because of that. So I gave it a 6 out of 10 for for the score, for the cost, the availability. They actually have this. Let's see here. Now they have this. This was major. This was available at all major retailers, and it was not an exclusive. Thank fucking God. Can you imagine this thing being exclusive to like Amazon or some shit? So the fact that it's not an exclusive, I give it a 10 out of 10. So I give it the total score for this portion, 16 out of 20. Now, when it comes to interactivity, this, like I said, I'm constantly trying to update the scoring criteria that I use. So for easy conversion, easy is like I give it a 10. Is it like easy for converting? Medium, is it a little difficult to convert? I give it a 5. And if it's hard to the point I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm not going to try, I give it a 1. And both the Prime Master and the Pretender shell are extremely easy to convert into their alt modes, so it gets a 10 out of 10. Over the last few years, especially when it came to like Combiner Wars, converting some of those figures would actually end up hurting my fingers because they want you to do certain things, and it was just not fun. The most recent case was Blitzwing. I actually ended up gashing my finger open because of the difficulty I was having getting his legs to convert. The plastic was sharp and hard and everything, so that was not fun. So this is something I kind of added to the scoring. So difficult, the discomfort converting the figure. If I had discomfort converting it, it got a 1. If not, it got a 10. I had no problem converting this figure, so it gets a 10 out of 10. The weapon storage. Yes, let's see. No storage, it gets 0 points. Yes, if it has 1 to 2 storage locations, it gets 1 point. 3 to 4 gets 2 points, and then 5 or more storage locations gets 3 points. The Prime Master has no storage due to the purpose of the figure. However, the shell has 3 locations. It has both hands. That hinge. Oh, and the hinge on its back. For I'm not sure. Would you really consider that to be storage though? It holds the cannon, but I should have put it E. Hold on, let me fix this E. There. The hinge on the back. So basically, it has in my opinion, it has a total of 3 locations. Yeah. So it gets a score of 3 out of. It gets a. Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, it gets a 3 out of. Should me fix this? 3 out of. Should have been 3 out of 5. There you go. Okay, weapons, yes, no. If no weapons, 0 points. If it comes with weapons, if it's 1 to 2 weapons, 1 point. 3 to 4 weapons, 2 points. 5 or more weapons, 3 points. Once again, the Prime Master doesn't have a weapon, but the Pretender Shell has 1 weapon. Therefore, I'm going to give this section a 1 out of. Should have been 1 out of 5. Because it's a total, in total, so 1 out of 5. Which means I'm going to have to update the overall score because I messed up the scoring on this. Quality of contents. Overall, the quality of everything in the package feels pretty solid, which is a nice surprise considering the size of this figure. So I give that a 10 out of 10. So let's see here. 10. See, there's a total of 20, so 14 out of 20. So 14 out of 20, or 20, there you go. Okay, visuals. Now this covers the figure, the weapon, the accessories, and the box. Hold on 1 second, I gotta get a drink. Visual aesthetics. Now this is regarding the coloring. Both the Prime Master and the Pretender Shell, the coloring looks fucking awesome. I like how the Prime Master. Hold on, let me get it out with the package. Come on. There you go. I like how they kind of the blues and the gray. It kind of matches the Pretender shell. It's like the color that they kind of color. You know, like I match color wise. I like that. Yeah. So let's snap this thing back in. Oh crap! There it goes. So for the visual aesthetics regarding figure coloring, I give it a 10 out of 10. Figure detailing, I showed you guys already. I like the detailing, so I give it a 10 out of 10. Figure overall, it's hard to add fine detailing when you have things this small, you know, like, but they did a good job, you know. I like the detailing, so uh let's see here. The problem is, even though the Prime Master has detailing on it, there wasn't as much detailing as I was hoping. A lot of detailing went into the decoy armor, but not the Prime Master. So because of that, I give it a 9 out of 10. Alternate mode coloring for basically the so basically I give it a 10 out of 10. The visual aesthetics for the detailing is still, detail. It's basically this matches the same thing, so it's a 10 out of 10. Alternate mode overall. Now, when I talk about alternate mode, I talk about the Prime Master, not the accessory. So, it looks pretty awesome all around. Even though it's just a small little orb. So I give it a 10 out of 10. And like I said, these are just my opinions. These are not like official or anything. These are just as a consumer who likes this figure. The I put down weapon, visual aesthetics for the weapons. There is no weapon, so I gave it no scores. No score for it. Accessory coloring. Now I've already kind of mentioned that. I should admit, I got kind of had it a little bit confused with the alternate mode, but the accessory, the coloring is awesome. Therefore, I consider the prime armor to be, or the prime, not armor, the decoy or the pretender shell. I consider that to be an accessory. So, but I like it. It gets a 10 out of 10. Detailing 10 out of 10 for the accessories. Uh, Accessory overall, damn near perfect. I actually like this. I just wish it was a little bit bigger, but that's just a pet peeve of mine. When it comes to the faithfulness of the source material, I looked it up on TF Wiki or Transformers Wiki or whatever you want to refer to it as. And to be honest, from what I can understand, Vector Prime. So let me pull out so nobody is confused. Vector Prime, the little guy here, he really did not make an appearance according to TF Wiki until like the comics in the later years, and I didn't follow the comics, I didn't follow comics in G1 either, so the earliest representation of a product of a Vector Prime that I could find was a G2 watch. So it's just like, you know, so it's really hard to it's kind of hard to compare this to the releases of, Vector Prime, So I gave it a 8 out of 10, basically. Points of articulation. The Prime Master has head rotation, limited arm rotation at the shoulders due to the backpack. It has legs and knee articulation. And then, for the size of the Prime Master, it's actually it's pretty amazing how much articulation they did give him. They could have made this thing so stiff and rigid it'd be like one of these, but it's not. It has a little bit of articulation, so I give that 8 out of 10. And then for the alt mode, basically, the alt mode is literally just this. The only articulation you get is the head or the port or the connector, whatever you call it. It turns. So for that, I give it a 9 out of 10. Box work. Box work. Oh my god, Jeff. Box art. Now, regarding the front, is the artwork a figure in both primary and art and alternate modes. When I say artwork, I mean drawn. It has to look nice. I don't want fucking stock photos. I hate stock photos. Wait 1 second, please. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Here, let me. Okay, so we are on the box art. Um, as I mentioned, artwork, I like it to be drawn. You know, show people what it is that they're getting. Stock photos can be, granted, drawings can be also doctored, but I like it when they take time to actually draw and make it look nice. Anybody could literally, hell, give me like 2 minutes. I can make up a template and I can slap a picture of this thing on it. You know, I want something that shows some actual time. So basically, the for the grading for this artwork of figures in primary and alternate modes, yes, it gets 10 points. No, it gets 5 points. No real artwork, it gets 0 points. Regarding this figure, because of the fact that it's small and they ended up doing a stock photo of, it looked like a stock photo of the Prime Master, but they did a drawing of, it looked like it was a drawing of the Pretender shell, which is Metal Hawk. I'm gonna go kind of not, gentle on them. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. So if the Pretender show was the main character, then I would have scored this portion a bit higher. But this is not the main character. The main character is Vector Prime. It's the Prime Master. So but I'm trying to be nice and giving it 5 out of 10. Box work, box art. It's basically the same thing. It has to have artwork. On both sides. Show it in their primary and alternate mode. If it has both, in 10 points. No, 5. No real artwork, 0. And as you saw in the previous section, this has no artwork on the side, so it gets a 0. 0 out of 10. The back. Okay. Basically, it's the same thing, It has to have all primary alternate modes, nice artwork, a bio. I like to be wowed. Wow me. And I'm sorry, but when you're 50% of the back of your package is legal fucking mumbo jumbo, that doesn't impress me. What that says to me is you're more worried about protecting your ass instead of actually giving the consumer a good product. Tell me something about sea spray I don't know. Explain to me why on the back of the package that Megatron doesn't like having his head pulled off. Give me something. And I'm sorry, I do not accept legalese. You can go get fucked with that. So basically, it's a generic. Let's see here. Nothing to get. This has literally nothing to get the consumer's interest. It's mainly legal. Oh no, that's 0 points. I basically put down. Just look at the back of this shit. It's Hasbro at the worst, but it gets 25 out of 50. Because it does have generic stock photos and steps for conversion and no bio. And no, I don't consider 2 words a fucking bio. Extras, like tech specs or goodies that were added to the box for the consumer. Yes, 10 points. No, 0. Extras? You want extras? I'm sorry, but this is Hasbro in the 21st century, motherfucker. Or, well, yeah, we're in the 21st century. They do not believe the fans are worthy of extras as long as it's not some shitty HasLab bag fest. And that's right, I don't like HasLab. It's a way that they prey on the people, Okay, so for construction, for materials used, they had plastic, metal pins, and rivet, so it gets a 10 out of 10. Quality, overall it feels good, doesn't feel cheap, so 10 out of 10. Oh, by the way, it gets the previous section gets a 139 out of 200. Let's see here. The materials, let's see, durability doesn't feel like it'll break at all. I could actually add the whole issue with the grip, but I'm not going to. It's just you gotta be careful, So durability gets 10 out of 10. Retool, no. 10 out of 10. Repaint, no, gets another 10 out of 10. So it gets a perfect score of 50 out of 50. Okay, so hold on. I got to actually update this because of the interactivity. So stay tuned and I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I am back. So I updated the score, so it gets a two out of a total. The entire total is 290 that I could get possible, and then I got a score of 223. So let's see here. I actually have a website that I use. It has a percentage calculator. So 223 out of 290. 290. It equals out to 76.896. So 76.896. So 76 point. Hold on. 0.896. And then if you are to round that up, it is a 77%. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. Hold on. Wait 1 second. No, shit. There we go. I forgot about the hotkeys that I have enabled. So it's a... Wait, hold on. Shit. Okay, there it goes. I must have not pressed down on the shift hard enough. But it equals a 77%. So a letter grade, I have a report card here. So let's turn this off. So a 77%. 77% equals, it's a C plus still. So C plus. Nope. There it goes. C plus. Okay, let's turn that off. So it gets a C plus. It's still, it's right near a B, B minus. So okay, here is the positives, negatives, and pet peeves, basically. Hold on 1 second. There we go. I'm just getting some things set up. There we go. Close that. There we go. Okay, so for the positive, negatives, and pet peeves. Positives, the Prime Master looks and feels nice. I love the Pretender shell. I like how the Pretender can be used as a weapon for others to wield. And I also like the mode that I came up with, which, like I said, I'm not sure if it's actually official or not, but you can make it like a little artillery. Hold on, there you go. Make it into an artillery emplacement. Can you imagine having this just blasting enemies off of a cliff or whatever? That'd be fucking awesome. Let's see here. The coloring is awesome with the Prime Master and the Pretender shell. Negatives. The Prime Master is small, but the Pretender shell is extremely small also. I felt that the Pretender shell should have been at least like a legend size. I would have liked to see this thing at least the size of Sea Spray, like, why did this have to be so fucking small? I don't understand that. The back of the package is pure garbage. No originality in it. It seems the only attention to the back that the package gets is garbage legal mumbo jumbo. $9.99. This figure seemed a bit extreme. It's not even the size of a Legends or Core class. Okay, pet peeves. These don't necessarily impact the figure being reviewed. It's just stuff I personally don't like. Like I said, I mentioned earlier, I would have been willing to spend a lump sum of like between $40 to $50 if they had all of these things in a set. That would have been fucking awesome. They could have kept it this size. Just have it as like a special set that was, available at all retailer, Because it isn't like that. This isn't the first time that they've sold multi-packs of small characters. Small characters. Target had, it was like a Target exclusive, if I remember correctly. They had It was like a gift set of all the Micromasters. It was a unique Micromasters from, I think it was from Siege, possibly? Siege or Earthrise. I can't recall which one. It was hard as hell, but I found it. But, you know, it isn't like that they don't have a history doing that. So I would have been willing to spend, like I said, 40 to 50 bucks if it came with this guy and all the others, you know. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on one second. That is it for this review. Overall, like I said, I like this figure. I really do. It's just the size of the Pretender shell. This thing should have been Legends, either Legend class or Legend or Core. You know, whatever you want to refer to it as. But the thing that always kind of makes me wonder is these Prime Masters supposed to be based on like the gods of the Autobots and Decepticons, you know, like the 13 or whatever they were called. Shouldn't these 13 be the same size, if not bigger, than the Transformers? Why is it that these things are so fucking small? I would be willing to, you know, I would have been happy if these things were like Voyager class or Leader, but Voyager would have been definitely pretty good size to have the 13, you know, like, but it's just me. It's just me. I just feel that they dropped the ball when it came to this figure or these, because there's more than just this one. There's a few of them. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. So let's pull up the wheel. I made some spinner wheels. Hold on, let's close this. I recently made some spinner wheels that I use to determine what I will be reviewing next. So wait 1 second. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, turn that on. Turn this on. No, there we go. Okay, so basically I have 3 wheels. The first wheel is what product line. It can be anything from Combiner Wars all the way up to Legacy. The second wheel is what class of figure. And then the third and final wheel will be the Alliance. So let's spin and see what we got, shall we? So, okay, so it looks like possibly we're looking at Amazon, or no, Target. Ooh, Target exclusives. Okay. Okay, Target exclusive. So it's a Target exclusive. And okay, yeah, there's a lot of those I have actually. I can. So close. Come on, there. Thank you. What class figure? Now the thing is that what I have is basically kind of it's either Micromasters or Deluxes. So we will see what I get, and then I will, you know, I may have to just pick one. Let's see here. Okay, I don't have one of those, so I'm going to do one more spin. If it's one that I don't have, then it will be a deluxe because I got a few of those. So. Okay, it's Leader. So I'm going to have to go with. It's going to be a Target exclusive, deluxe class. And then the final wheel will be what Alliance. So let's do this. There we go. Decepticon. Okay, everybody. So I now know what I will be doing a review of. When I return with the next review, it will be Well, it's going to be a secret, ladies and gentlemen. I will not say what it is, but it is definitely going to be a deluxe class Target exclusive Decepticon. So, with that done, let's turn this off. Turn this on. I hope you enjoyed this review. I know the review was a mess. I'm still trying to get used to the format and everything, but I enjoyed reviewing this figure. Like I said, I overall enjoyed it, you know. But I'm going to back on out, and then when I see you, it will be with the next review. So until then, my name is Jeff, aka GCurse, wishing you all a great day, and stay safe, everybody. Peace out.